The Sustainable Sunderland Programme is a programme being funded by the Big Lottery Fund, and it's part of a major development that they're doing to try and understand and learn about how to make behaviour changes in relation to climate change and weather variation. They're very concerned and have funded 12 programmes across the country, and Sunderland, Sustainable Sunderland is one of those programmes. They're concerned to try and learn how to help people to act differently in relation to climate change. Now, in terms of the Sunderland programme, we realise that you can't get people changing their behaviour around climate because it's a good thing to do. And we looked at the issue of fuel poverty and fuel debt, and we've worked in the, realised that Hendon, Millfield, Pallion and Southwick wards were some of the areas with the worst levels of fuel poverty in the city, and we've focused on those areas to try and help the people save money by reducing their energy bills and increasing the efficiency of the home, which is actually quite in line with government policy at the moment, where the government's trying to reduce fuel poverty generally. There's a problem that we have in relation to helping people to recognise the changes they need to make in their property. For instance, as I said before, energy change, or rather climate change, isn't particularly exciting, but saving money is, and we know that we're generally, as human beings, quite self-motivated and self-interested, so we're using that as a lever to getting to talk to people. We're working with communities and a number of partners across the city. It's actually quite an interesting programme because for a change, it isn't just the statutory sector and the voluntary sector that are working together. The Big Lottery Fund have insisted that private sector organisations get involved. And from an early stage, we've had organisations like EDF Energy taking part, and we have others who've been interested in playing a role. But at the moment, our formal partner is KNW. There are a range of partners, as we've got Sunderland City Council, who are quite active and supporting and making sure the programme works effectively in the 4 wards. And we're hoping actually over the long term to build a bigger partnership. Just to run through partners for you, you'll see them as we go through the video. We've got Age UK, who are working with older people. We have Gentoo Housing working with their residents primarily, but will be working to help their residents save money and reduce their fuel bills and energy bills. We're also working with Groundwork North East, who've got a lot of expertise in working with families and children. They're also going to be supporting businesses to help businesses improve their energy use credentials. And they'll be working with householders to help them make small changes that will help them to save money as well. We are working, in addition to that, with International Community Organisation of Sunderland, who are organisation working primarily with black and minority ethnic communities. And I need to say, actually, even though Sunderland Black and Minority Ethnic Network is an organisation which focuses on supporting BME communities, its actual role in this programme as the lead organisation is to make sure we deliver the best for all the people in the 4 wards. And as I said, in the long term, we hope that we make a programme which will work across the whole city. Moving on to the other partners, we've got Voluntary Community Action Sunderland, who are working with voluntary and community groups. We have SES, Sustainable Enterprise Strategies, who will work with local people who are interested in setting up businesses. The lottery, as I've indicated, are willing to learn and interested in learning from this programme, and they want to know how can people make use of the changes that are taking place at the moment to make a living or set up businesses. And there may be a chance for people in the area who are commercially minded but need a bit of support to establish their own businesses. So as you see, we've got a range of different organisations involved, and we are quite keen as our network ourselves to make sure that the programme is effective.
Sunderland BME Network is a representative organisation. It's a body for the black minority ethnic groups here in Sunderland and has a membership of 16 organisations. It exists to provide a voice for the black minority ethnic groups, but also it raises awareness about issues that affect them. We're proud to be leading on this programme, as it gives us an opportunity to make a difference within the lives of ordinary people around an issue that is important not only locally, but also globally. It gives us an opportunity to work with partners from different sectors and bring various specialities and thus strengthen the delivery. As a strategic body, we promote the work of black minority ethnic groups and organisations, as well as improving their skills and knowledge. We hope that in 3 years' time, we are creating a model that is exemplary, inspiring, and leaves a lasting legacy within the communities in Sunderland.
One of the concepts that we've introduced into the programme is One Planet Living. And it's a new concept for Sunderland, but other parts of the region have been working on it. Other programmes have understood it. There's a key point in recognising that the One Planet Living, developed by the World Wildlife Fund, basically asks us to recognise that the world is only one planet. At the moment, the United Kingdom is using resources at the rate of 3 planets a year. The United States are using resources at the rate of 5 planets a year. And I found out recently that even places like Poland are using resources at the rate of 2.5 planets a year. Clearly, that's not sustainable. And using a concept like One Planet Living helps us to understand how what we do here has an impact on what happens in other parts of the world. And I think it's quite a good buy-in for black minority communities, for all communities, in terms of making changes to behaviour. But I do have to remember, we are human beings. Things don't change because people have good intentions. Things change when people actually understand something makes sense for themselves. And in terms of the Sustainable Sunderland programme, we are quite keen to help people understand the changes that will help them make differences in their lives and create a sort of win-win, basically, for themselves as individuals and families and businesses, and for the planet as a whole. If you watch to the end of the video, you'll see information about how to contact us and how to get involved in the programme. We think it's a really exciting opportunity, and we would really like you to spend some time working with us on this.
Hi, welcome to KNW Stores. KNW have been in the heating and insulation business in the northeast of England for over 30 years. We've worked on several high-profile schemes with both local and central government, as well as social housing providers, helping to eradicate fuel poverty to keep people warmer, drier and safer in their homes. Behind us you can see quite a lot of the insulation material we use. We're going to be working with Sustainable Sunderland in terms of helping deliver insulation and heating to some of the homes that's identified throughout the various wards. We're on site now watching external wall insulation being applied to a solid wall property. These properties previously were thought untreatable because there was no cavity to fill. So what we do now is we apply a board using adhesive and fixings to the outside of the wall. That is then rendered and painted. A finished home is shown down here, the white one. These properties end up with much higher thermal efficiency than standard construction homes. They also benefit from having a reduction in damp because the moisture is taken out of the home and evaporated away. So people really do feel a massive difference in terms of the warmth, the comfort and a reduction in their energy bills.
I'm pleased to support this video presentation of the work that represents an important success for Sunderland. The Sustainable Sunderland programme will help us to support a number of the city's priorities and its longer-term strategies. For example, Sunderland is a signatory to the Covenant of Mayors across Europe, with the aim of exceeding the European Union target of 20% carbon reduction by 2020. In addition, there is also a strong link with the Council's Warm Home strategy and other efforts that we are making to improve the lives of the people of our city. We are proud to be playing an active part in delivering Sustainable Sunderland. In taking part in the programme, Sunderland City Council is building a stronger partnership with a range of key voluntary and private sector organisations that are active in the city, We want to build on this programme for the benefit of all of Sunderland's residents and for the longer term future of our environment.
The aims of the Sustainable Sunderland programme fit well within Age UK Sunderland's mission, which is to promote well-being, improve independence and increase the well-being amongst local older people. We're especially pleased to be part of this project to look at issues such as climate change and, more importantly, fuel poverty amongst local older and vulnerable people.
With rising fuel costs year on year, well above increases in pension and other benefits, vulnerable and older people in Sunderland are finding it harder and harder to cope with their fuel bills and struggle to keep their homes warm and comfortable. Age UK Sunderland is here to help, whether that's around energy saving advice, keeping homes warm, improving their well-being or maximising their incomes to cope with everyday living expenses.
Hello, I like to speak about my central heating, and I pay £180 a month. In the winter time it's very, very cold in my house. In the summertime it's quite warm. We've had everything done to it, the insulation, wall insulation and loft cavity. But at the moment my boiler is 20-year-old and I've been trying to get help towards it financially.
To tackle these issues, we will be delivering practical advice to older people through one-to-one support with individual home and energy checks and in small informal groups out in the community. Support will be given in a number of ways: understanding your fuel bill, switching tariff and supplier, and water and energy saving tips, as well as advice on energy efficiency measures to your home. As well as referrals to this project, Age UK has a number of services such as information and advice for help with general benefits, advocacy, and our warm home service as well, which offers a range of support around benefits and home improvements.
As well as providing help and support on energy issues, we're also committed to the wider sustainability agenda. In the coming years, we'll be looking to increase awareness around One Planet Living, as well as looking to trial a garden swap scheme. Through Age UK Sunderland's involvement in the programme, our aim is to make a difference by offering help and support to those older people in need on how to save money on their fuel bills, use energy in their home more efficiently, and have a warm and comfortable home, as well as doing their bit for the local environment and the planet.
Gentoo is a people, property and planet business, and we put something that we call the art of living at the heart of everything we do. And what that means is we invest our money wisely to try and enhance wherever and whenever possible people's lives and the lives of those around us. Now, the Communities Living Sustainably programme gives us a fantastic opportunity to work with other partners around this important agenda, which looks at things like fuel poverty, it looks at energy efficiency, carbon footprint, and something we call One Planet Living. And that's all about the impact an individual has on the environment and the world around them. I'm responsible for financial well-being within Gentoo, and fuel poverty is very much a strand of that work. What I want this programme to do is to look at ways people can maximise their income and to be more energy efficient, so that not only are they reducing their carbon footprint through using less fuel, hopefully they'll be able to save a little bit of money too. There's a whole programme of work that's going to be around communities living sustainably, which is something that's going to focus on the wards of Hendon, Pallion, Millfield and Southwick. Now for Gentoo, our part to play will be concentrating largely on our own customers, the tenants who live in these communities, but we will be having a particular focus on those who are impacted by the welfare reforms, as we recognise it's those families who at the moment are perhaps needing a little bit more help and support.
I am the Green Customer Relations Supervisor and I work for Gentoo Green. We were established in 2007 with just a very small team of 4 people, which has now grown significantly to 30 people. This is very much in line with the significance of the green agenda and environmental issues that have impacted on us all. As part of the CLS programme, my job is to deliver the energy efficiency advice visits to customers of Gentoo properties as well as those across the region of Sunderland. In those visits, customers will be given an energy saving advice visit which includes fuel bill switching, carbon footprints. They will be given products to trial where suitable to help them save money, and it's very much geared towards environmental awareness and generally how to change their behaviours in their home in relation to energy efficiency. This can be anything from moving a sofa from in front of the radiator to switching on energy light bulbs, which we can provide to customers, and it goes into the community and recycling facilities that they can all join together and work on. We will be delivering this through our team of 1 person who is going to deliver the programme with the assistance of our supported apprentice. And this was also something that we think is very important in Gentoo, so we have mirrored the CLS programme in our everyday work, and we'll be able to deliver this to customers who not only live in the 4 wards of this scheme but throughout Sunderland.
Gentoo are delighted to be delivering the Communities Living Sustainably programme. It fits in with our group's wider objectives around the Gentoo Green Agenda and wider environmental impacts that we're hoping to reduce. We're hoping over the next 2 years to reach 1,500 customers through one-to-one visits, through work with schools and community groups, and we're also hoping to have a volunteering strand to the programme as well.
Groundwork North East are going to be working on a number of initiatives as part of the Communities Living Sustainably programme. So we're going to be engaging with young people and children and bringing them into the programme as well, and in turn their families, so we'll be working with local schools. We're also doing a programme with residents, so actually going into people's homes and helping them with reducing energy and waste and all kinds of things. And we're also going to be working with local businesses on environmental management plans.
I work for Groundwork North East, and we're working on the programme in 3 areas, tackling the whole community. We're working with businesses, schools and local households. With those businesses, we're going to be helping local community groups and small enterprises to reduce their carbon footprint and to save their energy bills by producing their own environmental management systems, doing an audit. And some of those businesses will help them to achieve an environmental standard that's internationally recognised. This will really help them with their community relations. We're going to work with the schools. There we can work with whole classes and the parents of the children to find out more about fuel poverty. What we want parents and families to be able to do is find out just how much energy they use in the home, and then find out all kinds of ways that they can reduce that, keep down their fuel bill, have more money in their purse, and be able to be helping the environment at the same way, so that we're really creating sustainable communities. We're going to be working with households to help them to tackle fuel poverty. We'll target low-income households who are struggling with fewer bills, and we'll give them energy efficiency advice on how they can use less energy in the home, how they can reprogram their central heating systems, use less energy, keeping their doors closed so that they can save energy, use low energy light bulbs and reflective radiator panels. Simple practical measures and advice so that they can save money on their fuel bill each year. You can save up to £120, which is more money in the purse, which every family would want.
Hi, I'm Michał Czątkowski. I'm Project Coordinator for ICOS, the International Community Organization of Sunderland. And I'm also a lead for the Community Living Sustainable project or the Sustainable BME Community project at ICOS. ICOS is a charity working with minority ethnic people to both improve the quality of life of minority ethnic people in Sunderland and in the Northeast, as well as to enhance social cohesion in the area. We operate a drop-in center. We also deliver information, advice and guidance services to the local community, as well as we have English classes and some cultural projects. This particular project is a part of the Sustainable Sunderland Programme, and our involvement will be to work with the minority ethnic community to make them more aware of the carbon footprint of the principles of one planet living, and as well as to help them to save money on environmental related costs such as energy costs or water. So the kind of mini projects we'll be doing around that are dropping information about how, for example, how to switch a provider, how to change an energy provider. Also, we'll also be running a newsletter for the minority ethnic communities about environment, and we also have a volunteering project around the environment, as well as operate a collaborative buying project to help the local community to come together to save costs on environmental costs such as energy. We are also organizing family-friendly workshops for both parents and children, so they could learn together about the environment and about how they can actually make a positive impact on the environment and minimize their carbon footprint. Our target kind of wards are Southwick, Hendon, Millfield and Pallion, which are more deprived wards in Sunderland, unfortunately, but that's where people who need our help live at the moment, and that's who needs our help the most. In terms of our involvement with the whole program, we've been involved pretty much from the beginning of the program and throughout the development stages. And the reason why we actually became involved with the Sustainable Sunderland project is because we were at that time also aware that minority people find it harder to access information, and especially about the environment, there isn't a great deal of awareness amongst that community. I think where our strength comes is that we have experience of working with minority ethnic people on different difficult issues. So we now hope to increase the awareness of environmental matters in Sunderland, and we hope that the program will benefit the 4 wards as well as the whole city.
Voluntary Community Action Sunderland, or VCAS for short, have been in existence. We've been in Sunderland for 40 years. We were formerly called Sunderland CVS, and basically we are an infrastructure organisation. We provide support to the voluntary sector, and our main aim is to promote voluntary sector activity within the City of Sunderland. We provide that through a range of core services such as training, funding advice, information sharing, representation and liaison, etc. The Sustainable Sunderland project, we got involved in that pretty early on within the start of the process. And the idea is to make Sunderland a more environmentally sustainable city. Our element of that is the Greener Sector project. And the Greener Sector project is designed to make the voluntary community sector in Sunderland more environmentally friendly, more environmentally aware. There are several key elements to the Sustainable Sunderland Greener Sector project. The first of all, which is the creation of a community buildings network. The Community Buildings Network is a group of like-minded organisations who have a stake in a community building to share information, to look at initiatives such as joint purchasing, and to look at greater collaboration both in service delivery and fundraising. There are also other elements of the project, specifically around training, which will look at making voluntary sector organisations more aware or increasing their knowledge of greener issues and how they impact both upon themselves and the city as a whole.
We are funded by the Big Lottery Fund and the Communities Living Sustainability Project. We're also supported by the European Regional Development Fund to offer business support for those who are looking to set up green enterprises. We offer one-to-one business support, we offer group workshops, and we offer access to a number of different funding opportunities throughout the region and nationally. What we're looking to do is to reduce poverty as much as possible by introducing renewables, by introducing waste recycling, by introducing a number of different factors that people might not have considered into business support and business enterprise. The green enterprises that we find will be worked with through a long period of time, be it 2-3 years, however long they need, and that can be in any format. It can be traditional businesses, it can be social enterprises, it can be community interest companies like ourselves. Our offices are based in Hendon and we support the whole of the region, the whole of the North East, so this can be Sunderland, Newcastle, County Durham, all the way down to Teesside and Darlington. Anybody who has any requirements to use the service just needs to get in touch. We can register, we can work with you, and we can do whatever's possible to make your business succeed. As I say, that can be a traditional business, it can be a social enterprise, and it can be for a business which is interested in green issues, which is looking to sustain itself through green issues, or which is looking for a more traditional enterprise. We would love you to get in touch today, so if you would like to contact us, please find our contact details at the end of this video.